Good morning. I'm Pastor Bryan Maples with Grace and Faith Bible Church of West Colorado Springs and bryanmaples.org. Thanks for joining me this morning for a couple minutes of thinking on the Word, getting your day started with the truth of God. Today we're going to flip over to Psalms chapter 23, verse 1. Pretty familiar to most of us, but it has a great message that I really believe is for someone today. It's actually for someone for 2 days ago and today. I just didn't do it like I was probably supposed to. Sorry about that. But anyway, here it is. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Simple statement. The Lord is my shepherd. He's your caretaker. God has taken up the position of being the provider for you. A shepherd, his primary concern is the welfare of the sheep. Now, shepherds in the Middle East didn't work like a lot of people do, in the sense of they have to have a job and they've got a job. Jesus talked about this in John chapter 10. He talked about a good shepherd versus a hired hand. A real shepherd is there because that's what he wants to do. In Ephesians 1 it says that God created us for his good pleasure. So God has identified himself. This is Yahweh as my shepherd. The Father has identified himself, and the Son, Jesus, has identified himself as your caretaker, as your provider. And now listen to this statement. You will not want. You will not lack. I will not lack. I don't care how many things try and tell you differently. You've got to get this in your mind. God is my caretaker. Take these religious and ridiculous ideas off that God doesn't want you well. The shepherd's primary concern is that the sheep are well cared for. Well cared for. Not barely making it, not any of that mess. That's garbage. That stuff came out of the dark ages. Okay? God will not have you lacking. You will not lack. You will not lack. And you've got to take that stance. When the bank account shows red, shows that you're lacking or in debt, when sickness is trying to tell you lack energy and health and good feeling and stuff like that, when things are telling you you lack, you've got to stand up and say, I do not lack, I will not lack, I will not lack. The Word will take precedence and authority over everything else. The Word will come through that you will not lack. This verse cannot fail. So that's for somebody today. I'm Pastor Bryan Maples. Subscribe to this. Get this every day, a little 2 to 3 minute blurb on the Word of God. Thanks for joining me.